Hi, my name is Wayne Harbison, and I teach physical education grades 6 through 8. A fun fact about me is I like fishing and I love Jesus. So, the goals for this year are pretty standard and similar to years past. Um, to start with, we want to make sure the kids get moving. After that, we follow the state standards while we imply the different activities that we do, such as basketball, volleyball, team handball. We play some games on the field, frisbee, soccer, and so on. This is my 23rd year teaching in the Napa Valley Unified School District, 14th or 15th for American Canyon Middle School. Um, as far as your students go, some things that we need to make sure that is going to be going on with them is one, we need to make sure that they show up to PE every day dressed and ready to go. Okay, so that means that they have their PE clothes, their shirt and shorts. That is the uniform. The sweatpants and the sweatshirts is not the uniform. Okay, those are optional and they can wear them over their PE clothes, but we want to make sure that they do have their shirt and shorts on every day that they show up to class. We ask that they take their clothes home at least once a week to wash. If they want to take it home more than once a week, that's great. Take it home more than once a week. Um, we do different activities uh, because we have so many classes. We end up sharing the different areas that we do have: the field, the courts, and the gymnasium. So some of the favorites we kind of talked about, but another one is badminton. That's another one of the favorites that the kids love. So as far as class expectations go, like I said, show up prepared, ready to work every day on time. Show up with good shoes on. Shoes meaning shoes that have a rubber sole, like athletic style shoes. Vans and canvas style shoes are okay as long as they are lace up. Um, the curriculum we'll be using, like I said, we use the California state standards. We don't have any general curriculum that we use. We typically don't have a lot of homework in physical education. Sometimes there might be, but all in all, not a whole lot. Um, the next question here for me is, how do I connect, engage, and support students who may be challenged in different activities? So we have different ways of doing that. We can scaffold the activities that we have, um, and that's always a good thing to do because we know as a PE teacher, especially somebody who's been teaching PE for over 20 years, not all students work the same. When we grade, I look at not necessarily what they can do, I look at the effort that they put into what they do. One of the examples I gave to my students was running. We had two students, student A and student B, running a mile. Student A may run the mile in 8 minutes, student B might run it in 10 minutes. But for that day, student A might get a B, student B might get an A in class. And the reason being is maybe student A, they ran their 8 minute mile. Normally they may run a 7 minute mile. So their effort wasn't quite as good that day, to where student B ran a 10 minute mile and maybe they normally run an 11 minute mile. So we want to make sure that we're grading and giving value to effort in our classes. A few ways students are assessed in class. One, like we just talked about, effort. Um, but we also will give uh, tests that they may have to do an oral exam. And typically, they're given some type of a rubric beforehand so that they know what the expectations are for those tests. Some tests are written. If we do a bowling unit, they may have to score the bowling game, and each frame they is scored individually, so it's not a cumulative effect. So if they miss one early on, that way it doesn't mess up their whole score. Um, so there's different ways that we can assess them. If you have any questions, my name is Wayne Harbison. You can feel free to email me. My email address is on the school website. It's W Harbison at nvusd.org. Thank you very much for your time.